Guys, welcome back here to the hillside. It's cold, it's snowing, and we're talking about pumpkins. Did you know that over 1.5 billion pounds of pumpkins are grown annually? At the end of the year, people just throw these guys into the garbage. You know what? And that's terrible, because a much better use of pumpkins is the compost pile. All right, so this little compost pile here, I've been kind of building through the fall, just yard debris and things like that as I'm cleaning up, preparing for winter. And these pumpkins were actually donated to me. Someone was actually going to throw them away. I was able to convince them just to give them to me to compost. It made no difference to them because they were just going to toss them out, right? So these pumpkins here, I'm telling you, are loaded with nutrition, okay? They are about 90% water, so it's gonna break down, it's gonna add a little bit of moisture to the compost pile, but at the end of the day, this guy here, along with all these other friends right there, they're gonna break down and turn this into some super awesome, rich compost that's gonna be beneficial to the garden next spring. So let me show you how we're gonna do that. All right, step one, add the pumpkins to your compost pile. All right, now these pumpkins right here are eventually going to break down and just, add themselves to the compost. However, you want to chop these guys up with either a nice machete or just a shovel, okay? Always be safe, make sure you don't hurt yourself. I'm going to go ahead and just chop these guys up, and you guys get to watch. All right, so the pumpkins are chopped up, and it's time to go do one last step to prepare these pumpkins for the compost pile. So let's go check this out. All right, so here we are at the compost pile. Pumpkins are nice and chopped up, which was pretty fun, by the way. Now, what you need to do is add some grass clippings, some leaves. This is a bunch of mixture of pine needles, grass, and leaves, okay, from the lawnmower. And I just kind of make sure you kind of bury this stuff because, like I mentioned, it has tons of moisture in it. So it's going to kind of break down. You don't want it to get that slimy kind of texture that it's going to get if you leave it exposed on top of the compost pile. So by adding this dry material and brown material, the moisture and the nitrogen inside the pumpkins is really going to help activate this compost pile. So if you've been following this video this long, don't give up. I have one final tip that's going to blow your mind. All right, so the last tip I'm going to give you guys about pumpkins in compost. Now, I don't know if it's scientifically 100% proven, but I did some research, and pumpkins are very high in zinc. Okay, so when you compost them down, it's gonna add a lot of zinc and phosphorus, I believe, to your compost pile. Feel free to fact check me down below, because I'm pretty sure it's accurate. So if I'm not, go ahead and let me know. However, peppers, okay? I started this channel growing peppers, doing hot foods, things like that, which have totally evolved into an all-around gardening channel. Every time I compost pumpkins, I always grow tons of pumpkins. I always compost them in the same, the compost pile. That compost is then used on my peppers. Okay, now not bragging, but my peppers get 4, 5, 6 feet tall with branches that break off of them because there's so many peppers on them. Okay, and I attribute that probably in some large aspect to the pumpkins. All right, so I may not be 100% accurate. It might just be a coincidence. I don't know. But here's what I want you guys to do. Compost your pumpkins. Okay, even more specifically, if you have the time, the resources, and the space, take an entire pumpkin, cut it up, put it in place, let it compost down, and then grow a pepper on top of it. And you tell me if your peppers are not the best they've ever been as the snow starts to fall. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and wrap it up, guys. It's really cold, it's starting to snow. I need to head back inside. Thanks for watching, guys. Remember, compost your pumpkins, don't throw them away. You'll be better off for it. All right, guys, see you then, bye.